I'm having a wonderful day. This smile like we live is a blessing for me. Today the drinks will be all made. Cause I'm having a wonderful day. Hey, I'll wake up and... Welcome everybody. Welcome to Keeping It Real and Peep Game TV. I'm your man Shadi Ali, aka SRD, with my man Jay Sean,
What's up?
aka Mr. F Love.
What's up? What's up?
On this February 12th, Thursday, you know how we started off. We know you could have been anywhere, but we're glad that you decided to spend the day with us.
You know it.
So what's good, brother? You made a move out of town. So how was your travels, brother?
I went to the they call it I just found out that they call it the Low Country, the Palmetto State. Um, it's a bunch of different names like for states in the South, But it was okay. Every time I go down there, it just make me uh wonder like more why I'm not down there.
Oh, okay.
Every time I go down there, it's like I used to talk about how like I used to hear people who was on drugs saying, "No, I can't never go back to Patterson. I can't go back there." And I used to be thinking that's like so stupid. Like man, you got to move all the way out the state just to keep from doing drugs. I used to say that like when I used to hear people. I still hear people say that. Nah, I'm just in and out. I'm just in and out. I'm just in and out of Patterson. Like nah, I'm not staying there. Nah, and to me that sounded so weak and so stupid, whatever. But I look and I say the same thing now. Like it's like why I'm still here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why I'm still all my kids is grown. You know, I'm not married. You know what I mean? I should be able to just up and leave and do what I want to do. But this town, man, it got like
Got a hold on you.
it got a magnetic something on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, it's just something else. But every time I go down there, I know in my heart that that's where I'll be residing
Okay.
one day. You know, that's how I feel.
Yeah, I could dig it. Because when I come up, I feel like that. And I used to feel the same way you're talking about. Like people used to come up and they'd be like, man, I don't see how y'all stay up here. It's so dirty and crowded and all of that kind of stuff. And I used to be like, man, come on, man. You used to live here. And you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Now all of a sudden you done got too good for it. But I realized, once you move away, your state of mind changes. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? So you
yeah,
start looking at it differently. Like you in the country, you got wide open space, you got trees,
yeah,
So when you come up there, you got trees, but then there's a lot of concrete. And then you wonder why people walk around and barely want to say good, how you doing today?
yeah.
People walking around with a frown on their face because, the environment,
That's true. That's real.
so hey, what's up? What's up? Who that? How you? Yeah. So I started it off last week, brother. So we're gonna start it off with you
Okay.
this week. You know, there's a lot of the question is about men and women. You know what I mean? And when it comes to men and women, we view things kind of differently. But the question is, do you think the way most men and women view sex today is in a positive or negative towards relationships?
I was thinking a long time before I came up with that question, and I was like, I really won't be able to speak for the masses, you
Right,
know,
right,
um, or I'll be able to speak for myself, and I'll be able to speak for people that I have heard talk and stuff like that.
right,
And
right,
I come to think in my mind that most men, when they see a woman, it's the first thing is a physical attraction. Um, they say that women have sex with who they want to have sex with. Um, Men have sex with who let us have sex with them. You know what I mean? So,
okay,
um, so most of the time when you first see a woman, it's like a physical attraction. So that's why I pull that question because I'm wondering if it could be done or should it be done, or when you first meet somebody, should you look at their mind? If you first met somebody and you looked at their mind, to see what they mental was like, what their goals are like, how they are at home and how they are abroad. You know what I mean, and how they are with children and family and stuff like that. Um, I think the world would be a better place. That's why I said, um, do you think the way men and women look at sex is bad toward relationships? So my answer is yes, because how many times do you see a man that meet a woman and his first intentions with her is something other than sex? I mean, I don't know if that ever. Well, I mean, some men probably do somewhere in the world, but I don't know if I ever did that. I don't know if anybody whoever's told me that they did that. Like I was attracted to, you know, her mind strength. Now it happens, you know what I mean. But I'm just saying the majority. The first thing we see a woman like, oh man, she got a nice, whatever, or she, boom, 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 and then if the brain, once you start talking to them, if the brain is strong, then you got the mental, the physical, and the mental. You know what I mean? But
right.
far as leading with the mental, I think if we did that, and people who ain't married or who just looking, you still got a chance to do that. I think if we led with the mental instead of leading with the physical attraction, I think relationships would last longer, and I think marriages would last longer, and I think that I believe it would maybe be less cheating. I believe that people would get along better. Communication would be better because you would be dealing with mind to mind. So I think that most people go into relationships and marriages thinking the wrong way about sex. Like in the lessons, they say sex should be secondary, even though it's necessary. What you think about it?
What's up, Miss Richmond? What's up? For me, you know, I look at it. I agree with you. Because I had something, where inside in the book, my book, purchase it if you haven't purchased it from Hustler the Businessman. In the book, I say, get into her head before you get into her bed.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, if you get into her head, now there's a whole different attraction. There's a whole different attraction for both of you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it
Because
is.
the reality is, you know, and my wife often say, that her mother used to say, you spend more time out of the bed than in the bed. which is true.
It's
You know what
true.
I'm saying? So if it's only about sex, it's going to be limited.
Yep.
It's going to be very limited, and then that's how I think people get turned off quickly.
Mm.
Because after you done did whatever you done did all types of ways, now it's like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, so I definitely believe that, you know, it's better to find the mental attraction over the physical attraction. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, you do want to be physically attracted to someone. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But mentally and compatibility. I think that's a word we overlook a lot when it comes to relationships. We overlook compatibility.
Yeah, we
Are
do.
are we compatible? Do we like similar things? Do we see marriage and relationships in a similar way? That type of thing.
Yeah.
So, that's my talk. That's my eyes on it. And let me see. Uh, let's see. Miss Richmond says that's a dangerous and nasty game. Uh,
What's a dangerous game?
uh, when you choosing sex over
Oh
mental.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I
yeah, yeah.
mean? So she also says mind love is more intense than actual emotional love. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? When you mentally in love with somebody compared to just the feeling, just the butterflies or you know what I'm saying? So I believe that's what
That's
she's saying.
that's true.
That mental love is strengthening.
It's definitely stronger than physical love.
You know,
Definitely.
right?
Cause you know what the
Grant,
hustlers
good evening.
you know what the hustlers say. Anybody can control a woman, a body.
Yeah, yeah, it takes, yeah, yeah,
But you gotta get into the mind.
yeah,
That
yeah.
is,
Well, yeah, and I go into that. Like I said, you get, because with my Earth told me, she said, in the book from Hustle to Businessman, get you a copy from Amazon, book baby, or Barnes and Nobles. She says that most men lose their women because they're so concerned about satisfying them sexually, and they are not concerned with getting to know the woman themselves, getting
yeah,
to their mind and heart. You know what I mean?
yeah,
She said you get into a woman's mind and heart and know what her aspirations and what she fears and you know those type of things. Then you had that woman for life.
yeah.
She love you for life, but the sex that's only gonna last until the next guy comes that's better than you in sex, and then now you out the box.
Yep.
So yeah, so that's it. And Miss Richmond also said the mental pushes it beyond another energy, pushes it to basically a whole nother level. And as well as get to know the woman behind the energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Um.
yes, yes, ma'am, Richmond.
Um.
What's up?
Can we truly be
Go
free?
ahead. Money and the
Um.
truth.
I was trying to figure out Can we really be a lot of times because people talk about being free in a lot of different ways. You know what I mean? Um, Free from yourself or free from relationships or religions, but whatever. This question is: Can can we can we truly be free being governed by Europeans?
Um, Now, when I think about that, I think about people who say, you know, if I had $1 million, I'd be good. You know what I mean? I'd be free. If I had $1 million, I'd be free. I
Yeah,
won't have to do anything. Then I think about, you know, the individuals like Nick Cannon, Whoopi Goldberg, Kanye West, you know, Kyrie Irving, individuals that got money that get into confrontations over, you know, all of them had one thing in common. They said something about Jews not being the original people.
yeah,
And so they went back and had to change what they truly believe. They had to apologize for something that they really believe that look, they're not. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say that's not freedom. That's
right,
not even freedom of speech, as Americans say that, people have freedom of speech. Plus, just the fact that, and if you're white, I hope, I would imagine if you don't get it, it's only because you're white. You know what I mean? But just being governed by someone other than your ethnicity who has power over you and get to determine what you learn in school, what you don't learn in school, how much you pay for rent, insurance, mortgages. I think that's too much power
yeah,
for a people that's outside of your ethnicity. Because when you think about like the Super Bowl, when you think about baseball teams, let's go with basketball and football teams. The majority of them are Moroccans that play, blacks. You know what I mean? The
yeah,
majority of the players. However, how many actually own a team straight out? No percentage, just own a team.
none.
So and that's because not because they don't have the money, you know what I mean? Not because they don't want to, not because they're not intelligent enough to. It's because you're being governed by a people that get to control certain aspects of your life. Why? Based on them coming up with something they want to call supremacy, white supremacy, which really is a diversion to keep you from knowing that you actually was the person, you come from the ancestors of the people who actually owned the land. And really, it should be like the Eddie Murphy movie, Trading Places. They traded places with us and got us paying them for what they should be paying us for. you
Yeah,
know, you know.
yeah,
So that's why I believe we can't be free unless we have our own government. Why? Because we can deal with them with a government rather than dealing with them individually. We go. They call our government. Look, I'm beefing. Uh, go to the Moroccan government. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. Go to the Moroccan government, and they got my back. If it's now, America lets you know they got your back to a certain limit.
Yeah.
You know, so that's my yours.
Um, I don't. I don't. I think that in this world that they they make you they do a good job of sabotaging uh the people other than white. I believe that they do a good job making you think you free. They do a good job making you think, you know, you doing good by buying houses and driving around in new cars and working 30 and 35 years and then retiring. I think the whole thing is a brainwash scam. You know what I mean? So, what the question was, do you think you ever truly could be free if you're governed by? I don't think so, because if you free on one part, it's two parts you locked up on. You know what I mean? So I don't really think so. I don't think you can be free as long as we govern by um this powers to be.
Yeah, I agree. Miss Richmond says, no way. We will forever have to be, I can't, I think that's Cordy. I think, I can't see that. Cordell and play a part that's freeing within self that has to be obtained first. Oh, okay. So she basically saying we won't be free until we get that inner self, you know,
Yeah,
within self, we will be able to experience. That's the first freedom, and
yeah,
I agree with her because first you got to be conscious and emotionally equipped to know that you're not free in the first place.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So most people, if you believe you're free, you're not even going to try to do that. Like you say, if it's about getting the house, the big house, the car, and all the material things, which gives you a financial enslavement because now you owe and you got to pay for those things. You know, so yeah. So and she also say we always have to play the game. Yeah, yeah, we got it. We got to play it. You know, but we can get to the point where now we getting tired of playing and we trying to win it. You know what I mean? So we win it with our own government. That's how I see it. Okay, and funny, I was speaking about football teams and
yeah. I heard
things
you.
that things of that nature. So, what do you think about the Super Bowl halftime with Bad Bunny?
I was talking about this. I put this in one of my rooms on Facebook, and I've been talking to a lot of people, and it's kind of it's kind of 50-50 no matter where you go. Like varying from some people saying it was the greatest halftime show ever. Some people saying they gave it as a big fat funky zero. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, um, me personally, my opinion is that I know I know this government, whatever they do, they got a reason for doing it. That's number
absolutely.
that's number one. So if everybody, let's take the elephant, and let's deal with the elephant in the room. Why would you have a Super Bowl party where millions and millions of people watch American people, English, no, not American, English speaking people is watching the Super Bowl? Why would you have millions of people watching and then you would have somebody singing a language that they don't nobody understand? That's
Right.
the number one question everybody want to know.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then you got people that'll say, "Well, I can feel the same way about rap music when they rapping. I don't know what they saying."
Absolutely.
And then you could have somebody, speaking Jamaican with a Jamaican accent. You don't really know what they saying. What my personal opinion is, I would want to know why they did the whole halftime show like that. That's me personally. I think this is what I think. I think they should have split it up. They could have gave they could have gave Bad Bunny, I don't know how much time they had, half the time, and then somebody like Chris Brown half the time, or
Right.
Bad Bunny, Chris Brown, and Taylor Swift. I don't know. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's just me. I don't understand why they did the whole halftime show like that. But like I said in the beginning, I don't put nothing past this country. Everything they do is already prearranged and planned and everything. You know what I mean? We might
Yeah.
find out a year from now why that happened, why it was possible, and what was um the backlash, or what was the what did it pave the way for? You know what I mean?
Right.
Um it was kind of crazy that it's Black History Month. They didn't say nothing about that. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about Bad Bunny. I'm talking about the powers that be. I didn't see no banners up there at the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So I just think they should have just split it up. If they would have wanted to do anything, they should have just split it up. You know what I mean? And maybe put somebody like, you couldn't have put nobody like Kendrick Lamar with Bad Bunny, or Kodak Black. You would have had to put somebody like Chris Brown with Bad Bunny, or Usher. Even
Okay.
Usher been there before, something like that. So
Right.
the show was amazing.
Okay.
To me it was the show was amazing. I just don't know why they did the whole halftime show. What you think?
I mean, I didn't watch it, but
Yeah,
going on what you're saying and what I've heard about it, as you said, America always has an agenda.
yep,
And 9 out of 10 times it's about money, you know?
yeah, yeah,
So if you look at it, it's supposed to have been Black History Month.
yeah.
So in my opinion, they decided, look, we're gonna make the Latinos the new black people.
Could be.
You know what I'm saying? So we not even gonna promote Black history. We're gonna put the Latinos up there. We're gonna let them sing in their language,
Hmm.
and we're gonna attract more Hispanics to football than we ever have before.
You know,
You know what I'm saying? So
uh,
now,
you
go
you
ahead.
gotta give yourself applause for that one. I ain't think about that one.
Now,
That's a good one.
yeah, now what they're doing, they're saying, okay, we got the black people spending their money with us. Now we need to get them Latinos spending that money.
Yeah,
So hence, this is my opinion, why they did it that way.
yeah, I like that opinion.
You know?
I didn't think about that, but I know anything this government do, and anything they do is about money. They took the Venezuelan president. Venezuela kidnapped the president. Come to find out, it was $1 million of millions and millions of dollars of oil that the United States took from them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Thieves.
They make it seem like something. They take two big tankers and millions of gallons of oil from the country. Like
Now,
so,
now on the flip side of it, what it did do is kind of brought the gas prices down.
yeah,
So it had a benefit for those of us who drive and have to get gas. So
yeah,
even though it was a shiesty move,
yeah.
a gangster move, if you want to say, it benefited the people who drive.
But I believe that other thing what you said. I believe that. Now that I'm thinking about it, that now you think about it, football is dominated by
Yeah, our culture.
our culture. But now they put my Bad Bunny up there. You don't know how many kids gonna start loving football,
Right.
wanting to play it, wanting to watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They might be at the Super Bowl one day singing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
I know, whatever this gun or whatever this country do, all I know it's about it ain't to help the people at us at the bottom. It's to help the people at the top.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And to separate, because basically when you look at Latinos, a lot of Latinos identify as what we call black,
Mm-hmm.
Moroccans. You know what I mean? So a lot of them identify as that. So to keep them from coming totally on our side, they open up the door and say, "Look, come over here, come over here. We got y'all. Don't worry about them. We got y'all."
Yeah. Yep.
So that's the game that America plays, man, and
Yeah.
that's what it's about. Peep game. It's time to
Yeah.
peep the game. What's up, Sid?
Yep. So some people were saying, or somebody said, "Oh, you didn't say that nothing last year when Kendrick Lamar was did the halftime show." Like, what are you talking about, man? Like Kendrick Lamar was, I don't like he was the biggest artist. You know what
Right.
I mean? So he deserved to be up there. I didn't, Bad Bunny was a big ass artist. He
Uh,
deserved to be up there.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
I just think they had a ulterior motive behind it
yeah,
that
yeah.
we gonna find out later on.
Absolutely. And they put Kendrick Lamar up there for controversy.
Yeah.
He brought controversy. Controversy brings money.
Yep.
So it's always for them about the money and continuing to remain in power.
Yep. Power, money,
Those,
power, and
those,
respect.
yeah, those are the two things that America thrives on: the money and the power. And really, they don't care too much about the respect when it comes to it, because going over there snatching the president up, who respects that?
They kidnapped him.
Right. You know.
Yeah.
So what was respectable about that?
Yeah, you right about that. All right, moving right along. Um,
Hey, what's up, Miss Matthews?
you want to refuse to? Uh, this a question that bounces around a lot, and I don't. It gets a lot of different opinions. Are you wrong to refuse? Are you wrong to refuse to stop socializing with your male friends whom you knew before your wife or your girlfriend?
Uh, let me see. I mean, the thing is like this: if you've known people prior to someone you meet, and it could be a woman. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? It could be a woman, a man saying that about a woman, about her girlfriends, because guys do that. I don't want you hanging with her. She's a, she's a this, she's a that.
Mm-hmm.
But you knew them before you even met this person.
Mm-hmm.
So I personally think it's unfair.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think it's unfair to ask a person to not socialize with somebody that they knew before you. I think is, and I also think that like they're telling you that they don't trust you
Yeah.
because the only reason you cannot want somebody to be around somebody is because you thinking they're gonna exemplify some unhealthy or negative behavior when they with the person,
Right.
and you don't want that to happen. So you're saying, hey, I don't want you around. You know,
Yeah.
so
You think it's unfair.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I definitely think it's unfair. Oh, thanks, Matthews. You got your book? Okay. Do a post with the book. Let people see that you got it. Yeah, So and unless now it's another way now if the person that you with requests that from you as well. If they saying they don't want you to be around certain people, then okay, by all means, okay, if you don't want me to be around, my people, then I don't want you to be around certain people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just think, nah, we all grown. We all know right from wrong. We all know what we want to do and what we don't want to do. So it's like, look, you go ahead and do you. Long as you know where you live, where and all of that. You know the guidelines and that we've set in the relationship or whatever. Then I don't see a problem with it. What's your thought?
Um. I don't. I don't think it's a woman that could really stop me from hanging with a guy. That's what we talking about, right?
Right, right,
Man,
right,
I don't think it's no woman that I would let tell me that I couldn't hang with a certain person. Um, I heard more of that when we was younger, growing up.
yeah,
We just like in their 20s and stuff, and your girlfriend might tell you, "I don't want you around him.
right, right,
He ain't no good for you.
yeah.
He's a dog." But but most of the time they don't even know that their man is more dog than a friend. That's what be funny to me. You don't even know.
Right,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I don't know. I just don't I would never entertain that for a woman to tell me I couldn't be with one of my lifelong friends because me and her got married or something like that. Maybe she could say uh go out less
right,
or come home earlier
right,
or not 3 4 times a week or something like that. But far as socializing, that could be on the phone.
right,
That could be meeting up somewhere to play pool. Uh, that could be doing a lot of things. I don't think that I don't think that I would let a woman tell me that. I don't. Even if she told me, I probably wouldn't listen to that. Uh, I probably have said that to females before. I don't like who they hanging with.
right.
I probably have said that. You know,
Yeah,
um, I don't know about enforcing it. Because that's something that you say, and then the other person just shrug it off. You know,
absolutely.
unless you want some gorilla kid, some manhandling stuff.
Right, right,
And
right,
the woman is afraid of you, or the man is afraid of you, or something like that. But other than that, like you said, it's like you said. I think it's unfair for them to even want to, you know, voice that. I think it would be unfair, and and I don't know about selfish, maybe a little selfish, but more than likely the word you hit it on the nose when you said unfair.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's especially if you're not asking that of them. You know
right,
what I'm saying?
right.
So yeah. What's up, Nay? What's going on, brother? Yeah. Okay. What is it? We out today is the 12th, so in 2 more days it'd be that day that they say for lovers, and it's a little weird to me because if it's supposed to be for lovers, why women ain't running out buying men gifts? You know what I'm
Or
saying? So
you'll get your turn.
so my thing is, what would be your perfect Valentine date? Be it rather rather you celebrate it or not, you know?
um, when you put shit, you put it like that, you turned it into a 50-50 thing. But I don't know. I'm just for fun and for because we always got so serious questions all the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get
So
some laughter. You
just
definitely
to
want some laughter. It's
just to
healthy.
break the ice, I guess if I did celebrate Valentine's Day, which I don't, but if
Right.
I did, um, I would like a dinner at home, like maybe like candlelight dinner at home, uh, some wine, uh, some soft music, and a movie.
Okay.
That would be my idea. Uh, Valentine. I'm beyond the going out for Valentine's Day. I'm beyond that,
Yeah.
because it's too many distractions and too many things that could mess up your night. So I'd rather do it at home. Like a nice dinner, some nice music, maybe some wine, and and a good movie. That would be my idea Valentine's Day date if I celebrated it. What about you?
That would be the perfect one. Uh, for me, like I said, if I celebrated it, um, probably would set up something like a picnic. Since it's cold, set up like a picnic inside the house.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Put a little tablecloth or something, a little pallet on the floor. Sit on the floor, put some soft music on.
yeah,
You know, have some finger food. And just enjoy each other's company.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Something like,
yeah,
and maybe, might like do what you said, get a little candle, put it in the middle, turn the light out or something like
yeah,
that to make it, give it a little ambiance,
yeah.
so you dig. So yeah, something like that.
If you would, if do you think that's because we older that is that's the kind of Valentine's Day we want, or if we was younger, it might be different.
Uh I don't know. I mean, I think because most times it's cold on Valentine's Day. So you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not like it's a day where it's really, it may be nice,
yeah,
but you it's not a guarantee.
yeah,
So, you would try to plan it accordingly. And plus, going out to eat, a lot of people going to be doing that.
yeah,
So you figure that's like going out on Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, so it's it's best keep it low key, nice and intimate setting. Something like that. That's it.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah. Um. This is one. This is a question I debated a lot in the past. Uh.
Yeah, I do, man. I do. Yeah, I started doing it more so recently. Yeah, I do. He, Nay asked, "Do I open the wife car door when she get in?" I told him, "Yeah, I do. I started doing it recently." Um, you know, I started doing it. I start put it this way. I started being more consistent with it. I used to do it periodically, but I started to be more consistent with it now,
And you talking, they sure he talking about that's for a wife.
man. You heard Jay, right?
That's for a wife. um. Oh yeah. I got in a lot of debates about this one though, but and I don't know. Everybody got a different opinion, but that's why. Let's see what you say about that. Is is holding back information or keeping information, I guess, from your mate, holding back information, is that the same as lying?
For me, ho- it's not for me.
Yeah.
I don't think if especially if a person don't ask me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when they read you your Miranda rights when you
Yeah.
go to the police station, they say anything you say can and will be used against you. You know what I'm saying? You had the right to remain silent. So I think of that when you with that question. You know what I'm saying? So certain things you can mess around and say, and it's going to be used against you. So if you want to kind of avoid something, yeah, you're not asked, you don't volunteer for it.
So
You
you
know,
don't. So that's not the same as lying.
to me, it's not. However, as you said, it's debatable because on the other hand, some people feel like you're lying because you didn't uh, provide information that they felt may be relevant. You didn't disclose certain information. So you lied because you held back telling something that, something like, if you was married or something like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you didn't tell the female you was married or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, if now I would say it was lying if you was married and you start a relationship with a female and you don't tell her, then I would say you lying.
Yeah.
If you conversating and whatever like that, then you're not trying to take it nowhere. They not trying to take it nowhere. Then what was the reason to say it?
Yeah.
That's my take on it. So Ms. Matthews says, if it will put a person in danger, no. You know what I mean? So basically, if you gave some information that will put a person in danger, then you keep it to yourself. Don't you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
um, I think that I think that maybe holding back information. I don't I don't know if it's lying because you're not actually lying. Um, that's almost like the question when if you're in a relationship and you texting with one of your exes, some people say that's cheating.
Right.
Like I don't think that's cheating, but a lot of people say if you texting with your ex while you in a relationship, or maybe I don't know about another woman, but your ex, if you still texting and stay in contact with one of your exes, that's cheating. So um, holding back information, uh, I guess that gotta fall under another word. Maybe you being
Deceptive, maybe.
deceptive, deceitful, something like that. Because me personally, I always had this cardinal rule when I met a woman, Sha,
Right.
growing up. If I met her and we knew some of the same people, I always wanted her to tell me who if she slept with anybody I know. That was like a big one. That was a big one for me.
I remember that.
That was a big one for me.
Yeah.
um, Not because I'm gonna leave her if she
Right,
tell
right,
me.
right.
I just want to know. I don't want to be around nobody, another man, and I'm with my woman, and I know that they slept together, and I don't know because then he feel like he got the upper hand on me. That's how I feel about it.
Right.
You
Okay.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like he got the upper hand on me. So if she let me know that she had sex with somebody that I know, then I will feel better when I'm around that person. You know, because I'll be looking at him like he looking at me. You be
Right,
looking at
right.
me
Like,
like
yeah,
he
like
hit.
I know you smashed. What?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
it ain't no secret. I know you
Yeah,
smashed.
yeah. You looking at me
Yeah.
like I smashed, and I'll be looking like I know. So,
Right.
but
I'm already on it. Right.
I'm smashing and doing
And
dashing and
yeah,
cashing and
like yeah,
everything
like
else.
yeah, you smashed, but I'm smashing.
Yeah, so that I always felt like that, man. Like
Yeah.
I just wanna know. You know what I mean? Like if I'm like you ain't got to tell me every man you had sex with, because I ain't gonna tell you every woman I had sex with. But
Right,
I'm
right.
not gonna let a woman be around another woman and they know um that she had sex with me, and until I remember a long time ago that happened to me. Uh, this girl from Passaic, she found out I lived. She moved to Patterson. And I used to mess with her, and when she moved to Patterson, I guess she found out. I don't know how she found out who I was dealing with or whatever, but she befriended her,
Mm,
and when I seen them two together one day, I was like, "How you know her?" you know,
right.
like, "Oh, we just met somewhere." And she just, said she wanted to come by my house. I'm like, "Yo, no, I used to hit that." So maybe I know if you still want to be her friend, you could, but I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, case it come up,
Yeah,
and then
in
she
case it
asks you
come.
why you didn't say nothing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I just I'm just letting you know, like I used to, you know, do things with her. So I mean, you ain't gonna run down everybody you've been to bed with every time you meet somebody.
Nah, I mean, shoot, you may not want to know all that. you know, and that's a good point, especially with the question. Nate said he feel like you do. He said, he want to know that too. He want to know if one of the homies smashed or
Who
something.
said that?
Nate sure.
Oh,
He said, yeah, he want to know too.
yeah.
He don't want to be in the dark with that.
Yeah, I don't want to know everybody she got busy with, but I want to.
Yeah,
If I know the person, I want to know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't be giving them no real pound, like pounds. Like I don't know. I'm in the dark. You know what I
Well,
mean?
like what you just said goes back to the question: if a person, that's a good example. If you with somebody,
Yeah.
you withholding information. You're not
Yeah.
going to just volunteer and say, I've had sex with 50 guys or 30 guys or something. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And who's going to volunteer that information?
Nobody.
You know what I'm saying? So are they lying to you? No, because unless you ask them how many guys specifically, and they say two, and it was 20, yeah, they lying. Of course you know that. But if you don't ever ask them and they never, you know, divulge the information, then how could you say they lying? You never asked them.
You can't.
Right. And then, disclose when necessary. So, so,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's always a great thing for everybody, but I'm pretty sure most people do it. Most
Well.
people are not going to volunteer information,
Oh yeah. Nah.
you know. Even
But I'm
even
not.
though,
But I'm not gonna let a woman be around nobody, and I had sex with her, and she don't know. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna tell her.
right? Yeah,
Unless
no.
unless it would have to be some serious something detrimental to somebody's health, like a sister or aunt, or it would have to be something like real, something that
Yeah,
would,
that it may be harmful to you.
yeah, it might break up a family reunion or some shit.
Yeah, hurtful. Yeah, that's what Miss Matthews said. You know what I mean? But she said she said if you withhold information just for being selfish, then
Yeah,
she could see it as a lie. For your
yeah,
own self gain, she could see it as a lie.
yeah,
So but that's one of those questions where it's to each his own.
yeah,
People going to agree and disagree on the methods of, okay, then it's going to be dependent on the circumstances.
yep,
So it goes that's how that goes for me anyway.
yeah,
We got through all our questions, brother.
yeah. I think that's the first time we did that.
Yeah, with
That
two
might be
minutes with
that
2 minutes left. That's a
that
record.
that might be the first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's a record, man.
yeah. That's the first time we ever did that. We never
Yeah,
do it and finish in 1 hour.
yeah,
But
with two
anyway,
minutes left.
you said we got 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes left. Let them
Uh,
know where they can see you at tomorrow, brother.
Tomorrow I'm gonna be on Facebook Live and on my TikTok, um, J Sean 763. I'll be talking about my down south vacation down south. I'll be talking about Valentine's Day. I'll be talking about the halftime show with Bad Bunny. Tune in tomorrow. I say about 9:45, late night, because we get kind of crazy sometimes. So I try to come on at nighttime. Parental expression advised. What you want? You want to promote the book one more time before we get out?
Yeah. For those of you who haven't gotten the book, you can get from Hustler to Businessman, from Book Baby, Barnes and Nobles, or Amazon. Those of you who have purchased the book, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And put a post holding the book or put a post saying something that you read in the book that you liked and, help me promote the book. All right.
Yeah, I'm
So,
halfway through. I'm halfway through it. It's a good read. I'm loving it. So
yeah,
I
appreciate it.
can't wait to finish it.
Appreciate you. Because your cousin already told you it ends different, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She said it ends. I asked her how was it.
Right.
She was like it was good, but she said the ending was kind of different. But to each their own. I gotta wait till I get there, then I'll know
But,
myself.
but believe it or not, I made the end she said what I wanted people to say though.
Okay, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I wanted people to say that. So when the way that I ended it.
Oh,
So
okay.
so it did it reached my expectations,
And
so to speak.
that's what a book is all about. Is a book is about uh, bringing people into your life. Like if you writing about the '70s, you want to bring them into the '70s. You want to write about a heartache. You want them to feel the heartache. You know what I mean? You
Right.
want to write about true love. You want them to feel the true love. So when you could get them to go in the direction that you plan them to go in, then that's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
so when you told me she said that, I was pretty happy to hear that because that means I accomplished the goal that I was set out to do.
And I finally started writing on another book too, Lights Out.
Lights
Um,
out.
that's
Okay.
the name of it. About my man, my nephew, that lost his sight in a truck accident.
Okay. Oh,
And
that's a good title for that too. Then that's a
Lights
good
Out.
title.
Yeah, he lost his sight. So I started writing that when I was down in the Low Country. So probably I don't know, probably maybe the late summer, something like that. It should be out. You know what I mean? You
Okay.
can't rush them things.
No, no, you got to go with the flow, man. When it's
Yeah,
flowing, that's when you go. You know
yeah,
what I
and
mean? Anybody who wrote a book, they know you. Some days you want to write, but it's nothing coming.
yeah.
You know, and then
Yeah.
other days you come and it's just flowing.
I look at the computer a lot, and I'll be like, let me start writing. I'll be like, then I right away I'll start doing something else. Like so, you really got to be on. You really got to be on it.
Yeah. All right, that's our
All
time.
right, brother.
We want to thank you all for taking the time to spend with us. We know you could have
Yes,
been anywhere. We're grateful that you took the time to spend with us. And for that, we're grateful. And we'll see you all next week.
and
Until next week.
open them car doors. Open them car doors. On
Yeah, yeah,
on Valentine's Day. Open them car doors for your honey on Valentine's Day. And me and Shadi told you what a perfect idea Valentine's Day would be for 50 and up.
yeah. And, do something like I said in my book with my man Raouf. Help them with their coat. Help them put their coat on.
Yeah, that's
Did you get to that part?
nah, not yet.
No, I,
And that's another one. Then help them with their coat, open their
yeah,
door, help them with their coat, and whatever else you want to do.
yeah. Even if you're just doing it for the 14th, you know what I mean, for Valentine's Day. Start something. All right.
Yeah.
So peace.
Peace.